shoe, I said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's the matter with King? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings. Welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Still feeling like crap, but we got to get back at it. And today is CES opening and boom banging. Everybody out there is doing their thing. I got to give a shout out to Level 1 Gaming. Level 1 Gaming is out there at CES, and I want to give a big shout out to everyone that's out there on the team. Of course, you know, Iron Lords Podcast and Xbox Frontline News hangs out, messes with, and gets down with my team from Level 1 Gaming. So shout out to Baron and the squad, and they're out there. Now, LG's TVs are getting the, xCloud gaming. I'm 98% right all the time. I told you exactly. They did sign deals with them. Was doing their thing over in Europe, and now it's available here. Along with Samsung, Xbox is making sure that they become the new Netflix of gaming. This is an Xbox. This ad means more than you know, and it will continue to mean more than you know. But this CES, you will see the big winners and who I felt was the big losers going into this CES. Now, there's a ton of things going on there, and you can be spin-gollied all over the place. But we're going to get into these topics today. But I'm telling you right now, from the get-go, you see how I'm starting off the show. I'm letting you know exactly where we are. And I believe that the console generations, how we see them, is officially dead. My breakdown on console generations has actually changed after seeing what Lenovo was doing, and now the sides of the streets are being crossed, lines are being blurred, companies are working with each other in a greater capacity like never seen before. But before we can get to that topic, we got to talk about my feelings on console generations being dead. And I know you would say, oh, well, of course you're going to say console generations is dead because the PlayStation's outselling the Xbox 5-1. Your stocks is $21. Shut the hell up, sit down, and be quiet. It's a bigger play at hand here. Now, I've never felt that this generation started, to be honest with you. I've always felt that this generation was some type of way hampered. And I got to say, I felt that it was hampered maybe due to COVID, maybe due to everything else that kept us locked into place. But at the end of the day, I don't think that we have optimized everything that we've needed from these consoles, and I don't think these consoles have given us everything that we wanted. Do I believe that we've received our money's worth? Hell to the no. Not at one time. Do I believe that there's so many games? There's too many games. There's too many games, actually, to be honest with you, but not enough games that hit and give you that impact that the last generation of gaming actually did give you. I felt that at the end of the last generation that we did get some impactful games. I felt that games did reach that climax that we were looking for, but I failed to find that at this moment with this current gen. So I honestly believe that generations are absolutely dead because the next generation is about to start in 2026, and that's next year. And we're going to see them ramping up, talking about the consoles and stuff like that. But when I'm saying that the console generations is dead, you got to look back no further than the fact that we're still supporting the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. You can go get Call of Duty right now, the latest Call of Duty, and you can run it on those potatoes. Yes, those potatoes are still running around in the streets, hampering us in a sense that we will never learn our lesson. So I honestly believe now it's about inclusivity. It's about a different way of thinking. Us old dinosaurs are done here. The chapters have closed. They have sunset on us. We are no longer seeing console generations in the manner that we think that we will continue to see them. For a lot of us, this PlayStation 5 will be your last console. For a lot of us, this Xbox Series console will be our last console. Maybe you won't upgrade to the next console. Maybe you won't upgrade to anything else. Maybe this generation will be the generation that will stick around in perpetuity. I have absolutely no idea. But what I do know is I do know that the fact that I can go buy a current gen console game right now that is still supported by a previous generation is appalling to me. You know, I used to go out and buy new consoles to get new experiences and new avenues and new stories with new graphics, pushing the limits of whatever the hardware can actually do. I don't believe that is absolutely the priority right now with these companies, and I feel that these companies will continue to milk and drain the previous generation while leading us on like a horse with a carriage, and dangling the fruit in front of us, which we will never, ever achieve. Honestly, I believe we are at an impasse here, and I don't see any way out when it comes to us as gamers getting what we want. Because I saw new hardware being released, and we're going to get into that with diminishing returns. I think we're at a point right now where we can see that the emperor has no clothes, and we are suckers to these corporations. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. When I saw this controller, I was gonna tell you right now, got your nose, got your soul, is mine now. And the new Xbox controller looks like a lawsuit waiting to happen, but it could be one of the best game pads in 2025. Of course, you're gonna feel that way because you're a PlayStation stand. But to get this controller on the Xbox now, I do not like the symmetrical controllers. I like my staggered controllers. But again, remember when I was asking for a DualSense type of feel when it came to the Xbox controller? Well, right now, if you are an Xbox owner and you play on PC, this controller from Hyperkin can actually facilitate that if you like the way the DualSense feel and you yourself are into the PlayStation the way that it is. The Hyperkin competitor looks like the DualSense. Look like a DualSense with the back buttons, and you can bet it won't cost as much as an Edge. Pretty much so. But the controller looks like a PlayStation DualSense controller with Xbox flair to it. They have an all black one, and they have this black and white one. It's really cool. It's a really cool thing to see, and if that's your thing, love it. PlayStation came out and had this to say. PlayStation boss said good old-fashioned consoles like PlayStation 5 are their priority, but PC gaming grows and Sony wants to reach players elsewhere. Obviously. Jim Ryan told you y'all wasn't enough. How many times do they got to tell you that you're not enough? Hashtag no PlayStation 6. We're going to run it up on these bums. I'm going to keep the boot on contact this whole generation. I'm not going to stop banging it until you become an app. The company still has a long way to go to cloud streaming. This is the problem. This is why I'm telling you, if anybody got a chance to see my whole crux on how I feel about the PlayStation 6 and what I'm talking about, is because I get a chance to look at big events. I get a chance to look at stock reports. I get a chance to see at forecasts of companies and Fortune 500 companies and where they're going. And I know for a lot of you guys, PlayStation is your preferred medium. But at the same time, that preferred medium is not going to reach where it needs to reach because of the simple fact they are lagging in the aspects of cloud and AI. All right. Nintendo is so far behind, it doesn't even make any sense. Right. They're a different animal. But maybe I'm not seeing the forest for the trees. Maybe I'm too much of a futurist. Maybe I'm seeing stuff that is I'm walking and seeing ghosts. Maybe I'm seeing that the industry is pushing in a way that maybe Sony can push back. Maybe Sony can be that outlier. I don't think so. I do not believe that they'll be able to weather the storm. I do not believe that they're at the crux of things. When we were laughing at Xbox, when they were planting seeds and putting Azure Cloud all over the states and talking about cloud gaming, we laughed. But right now, cloud gaming is what everything and everyone is talking about when it comes to the CES. AI and cloud gaming is actually The only things that is pushing the industry forward. The tech industry is leaning, following, pushing, directing towards an AI autonomous future that is cloud facilitated. Now, I know that flies in the face of people that like physical. And I know personally myself, though I do love my physical stuff. I'm not even going to sit here and hold you. Pause. But I will say this. If I'm looking at the current trends and I'm telling you who is the leaders in the coming trends, Google, Microsoft, and then, Netflix, Amazon, Nvidia, AMD, these companies are controlling our tech futures. And one of the biggest tech giants in the world, Nvidia, is just like Xbox, and they are all over the place. And the two that I see lagging behind the most is Nintendo and Sony. And out of those two, the only one I believe that can actually survive a storm that is coming is Nintendo. Xbox consoles are being outsold 5-1. 5-1. What does that mean to you as an Xbox gamer? It means absolutely butt kiss. Be honest with you. Financial, unless you own stock into these companies, I don't think it means a damn thing to you or anything that you hold dear. Now, again, this is brought to you by Paul Tassi, and we kind of know where Paul Tassi lies, and yeah, it's cool. You're supposed to use your platform to help push your agenda, and whatever your agenda is God bless. Good, fantastic. My questions to everybody else is, listen. At the end of the day, people was talking about they don't use VG charts. I don't care about all of that stuff, be honest with you. And I know you would say, well, King, you would care if Xbox was winning. Maybe not. I don't know. Come to a different realization on a lot of things, and a lot of things have led me to this point where none of this stuff really matters. Companies that can lose money on hardware will continue to lose money on hardware because they're able to do so until they can actually hit it right, and they don't care. And, somebody told me today, I got a client that has FU money, and he doesn't care how much certain things cost just as long as it gets done. And I look at that as one of these guys. PlayStation actually has the zeitgeist at the moment, and that stuff comes and goes, and it wanes, and it actually expands at some point in time, here and there. It's pull and tuck. What I see for the future is, Xbox is again, and Microsoft is again, a software company, and they're going to make sure that that software reaches as many entities as ever. But my question is, when these two are not hitting, but these other entities in which they get money from is absolutely the crux of what things are, what does it really matter? The object of selling consoles is to sell you software. Xbox and Microsoft has found a way to sell you software without even selling you hardware. So their goals is totally different than someone who doesn't have those same capabilities. That you're talking to somebody that has the ability to fly and go anywhere, opposed to somebody that just has the ability to walk. Two different demographics, two different SKUs, two different thought processes, two different business models. Xbox and Microsoft makes as much money, if not more money, than what the PlayStation does with their business model. And all you have to do is look no further than the stock prices. But some people will not, won't, and can't change those aspects of how they do business. The big winners and the big losers when it comes to the CES, I am going to explain to you. I feel that the biggest winners and the biggest losers are companies All right, so the biggest winners are those that are entrenched in AI and cloud. And you could say those big winners when it comes to that is NVIDIA, definitely, of course, Microsoft, AMD. I saw LG, Samsung when it comes to tech giants and those of the know. And then, to the media side of things, you had Netflix, you had Amazon again, which was huge in cloud and AI. Now their stuff is more physical, but Nvidia and what Microsoft is doing is a little bit more diabolical, right? So in these devices and on all these PCs, Microsoft has made a partnership with NVIDIA, and these new PCs that are going to be integrating Windows, and it's going to be coexisting with Linux at a fundamental basis, where now the large language model for the AI is being able to be utilized. And those are capable PCs that are able to do that. And you're able to buy agents and use these agents to facilitate what you need at the moment. Now, those agents are AI bots, and those AI bots are at your beck and call, if you will. But that's something that is done with NVIDIA and Microsoft as a whole. Now, if you hear Coco in the background chewing her damn hands, this is what French bulldogs do. It's absolutely weird and disgusting, but that's what they do. Also, you have AMD, which has their laptops and their devices, their physical devices that they're pulling out. All these physical devices have AI co-pilot units that are built in and on board. Copilot, if anybody knows, is a Microsoft developed AI algorithm that exists only within the Windows ecosystem and can be parlayed to other devices, where you're seeing the entrenchment of AI cloud services through many different devices. And how I view it and see it is these are the larger winners when it comes to technology and where we're going forward. So every year you get a chance to see at CES. If you don't know what CES is, that's a consumer electronics show. We are consumers, so we should be enthused by the new electronics that are being released now, the new tech that is going out to the world. And this is where you are actually at the forefront of how everything is changing and how the industry is going forward. We get a chance to see new video cards. And those video cards is a kind of trickle-down effect that is actually coming to us as gamers. So we get a chance to see great tech now, and we are looking at this tech to see what is implemented into the next iterations of the video game hardware that we are hoping to receive. So the next Xbox Infinity consoles, those consoles, we definitely want to see what the new tech is going forth. RDNA 4. So we're not really specifically looking at at NVIDIA for the tech that is inside the new consoles when it comes to Xbox, but we are looking at the AMD side of things. The AMD side of things are where we are focusing all of our attention. AMD kind of skews, they are shown on a smaller stage, and they are kind of skewed to chipsets that are meeting the demands of gamers, and because they are facilitating the chipsets for the big two. Now, I'm going to give you my reasons on why I believe Microsoft is making a big gamble at the end of this when it comes to the handheld device. But at the moment, there's two consoles that are being developed. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. I'm gonna keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. I'm gonna keep the boot on them until they become an app. Those things are actually using AMD. AMD is facilitating those chipsets. So when you look at it and you see FSR 4 and you see things like that, those are the stuff that you're looking for. If you're looking for RDNA 4, those are the stuff that you're looking at. That's what you're looking for going forward. NVIDIA did something that was really out of the realm of possibilities. They made a GPU that is as powerful as their last flagship 4090, but the price is ridiculous. $549 for 5070. How did they achieve this? Will those be real life benchmarks that they're able to achieve? I guess once people get these GPUs in hand, we can actually put that stuff to the test. But then you're going to start seeing stupid idiots talk about now that the PlayStation 5 Pro could probably be as powerful as 5070. You're going to start seeing stupid stuff like that. And me personally, I'm going to tell you, don't listen to those idiots. But because, the GPU is just one device at $500 and some change. The PlayStation 5 Pro, $700 is still an attractive package when it comes to what you want to get as far as a device. But we're looking at the price ranges on these devices, and they kind of go in line with what I thought was going to happen. The laptops are all incumbents device, and those prices are very high. But at the same time, we're seeing Razer enter the gaming laptop stream, and that looks incredible. So we have a lot to unpack, and during the next couple of days, King David at Xbox Frontline News will start unpacking this stuff for you guys. But CES has been a big win for everyone that is in AI and in cloud. And if you're not there, then you're just losing out. Now, one of my biggest intrigues was the PlayStation, and I wanted to see, well, not the PlayStation, well, actually, what was Sony going to do when it came to their CES presence? What was they going to do? Was they going to show what the pisser is able to do? And please don't get me into the background of actually the pisser and what's going on with that, because then if I tell you exactly Microsoft helped them with that technology going forward, you're going to be like, King, that's cap. But Hip Hop Gamer brought that to you last CES show, but y'all didn't want to listen to him when he was telling you the facts. And, those are conversations that I guess now I'm really starting to understand. You don't even like the messenger. If the messenger doesn't talk like you or doesn't feel like he has the level of education or something like that you want, doesn't look a certain way, then you guys don't actually lend into that. And that's cool. I will continue to support and be me and support him in his endeavors. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that the truth that they're spitting is not the truth. But I got a chance to watch Sony's show, and I'm not even gonna hold you. I thought I was going to see, okay, now we're moving in this cloud area and we're moving in this space. And when they rolled the car out on the podium, on the stage, I'm like, what the hell, man, these dudes, okay, with this damn car again, for this is the last three CESs. There's the same Honda inspired vehicle that they're putting out there that looks like, at best, be honest with you, like the Temu version of a Tesla. And then you got to where Katakawa came in and their Crunchyroll manga situation, where they are pushing forward hard when you get into these movie adaptions, these anime adaptions, and these manga catalogs that they want you to actually subscribe to. So I see where Sony is targeting their audience. Their services is going to get more geared to animation, movies, and not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but me personally, I want to know, where's your innovation in the gaming space? What are you going to talk about as far as leveling up when it comes to bringing new tech to the forefront? And I didn't see that from them. And if you're not concerned, that's good. That's great for you. But me personally, I'm concerned because, again, you got to look at the roadmap this year. The roadmap this year, you got two games that you're talking about from first-party studios, and you're hopefully saying that, man, maybe they do money had a couple of games so we can have some third-party titles that actually hit the platform that can sustain us throughout the year. Last year was a lean year for you. So, but you're going to say, no, King, we had Stellar Blade, we have Black Myth Wukong, and I'm talking about the games that aren't on the Xbox platform. I'm talking about the games that is actually on the PlayStation platform. And you're going to say that we did have Astrobot, which was Game of the Year, which is some trumped up charges. I'm just saying, I would have went with Black Myth. And you're going to say you have Rebirth. All right, so, but a lot of these titles did not perform well in the marketplace, right? but they perform well for those contingent, and they're keeping the zeitgeist for those consumers. I think then you could say that they did a great marketing plan and they did a great service for those individuals that only purchase 1 or 2 games a year. But if you're out of that loop and you're in more of how us Xbox guys do, and we're more into a buffet of services and games and stuff like that, you kind of felt that they were lacking. Their presence did not instill confidence in me. Actually, it did the exact opposite and instilled horror, because I saw a company that was out of touch. And again, I'm just me. Maybe y'all saw something else. Please let me know in the comments if you saw something else. Okay, because you're going to say, "Yeah, King, you're absolutely biased." And I'm going to say, yes, of course, because this is Xbox Frontline News, and I'm going to do what the hell I do. You know what it is. But hey, listen, this is the part in the video. If you made it this far, I do appreciate everything that you've done. And I'm going to say, like, follow, and subscribe, hit the notification buttons. Now, it was so much information that I had to wait for all the information to come in. I had to process, watch, view, extrapolate, rip, tear, get these videos together. And I'm still sick. I'm still not feeling 100%. This is why you don't see my face yet. You'll probably see my face tomorrow. And if you do watch my streaming on Frontline Gaming streams, then you do know that my face is there. Me and Attic was streaming today on Marvel Rivals, and it was incredible. And, I got to get a lot of stuff together. All right. The King is a one-man show, and he's doing this thing, and I'm doing as best as possible. But I want to give a shout out to my man, Dustin Legary. I found out today that, he's been, he left his dream job, like he said, at IGN, and best wishes to him. I think Destin is the gold standard when it comes to videos, and if y'all don't know, he was sort of my inspiration for a lot of things that I've done, the changing from one aspect to another aspect, and he was very helpful, and he's a genuine dude. And I wish him absolutely all the best. I always told him that I wanted him to be separated from that brand. I always thought that brand actually brought down his brand, because I thought his brand actually held that brand up. And it's just so wonderful to see someone betting on their self. It's very hard to bet on yourself, and you bet on yourself every day. I do that here. And every day is a struggle. Every day is a push. Every day is a new learning process. But at the same time, I try to do it with the most fun and entertainment that I could possibly do. And he has done that for me. So I want to wish him the best. So if you liked anything in this video, thank you again. Like, follow, and subscribe. And if you want to become a member, become a member. I stream daily on Frontline Gaming streams. Here I drop videos daily. Again, these are bite-sized encapsulations of my interpretation of what the industry is doing and where we're going. But I'm going to take that logo and I'm going to grab that damn logo, and I'm going to throw that around some Marvel Rivals, because I saw the Fantastic Four being unveiled. Reed Richards is a beast, and Sue Storm just definitely. Why Sue Storm name is not Sue Richards? Why is her name still Storms? That's her maiden name. What the fuck is going on here? I don't appreciate that. Sue Richards is looking crazy, but we don't know as Sue Richards, right? We know her as a Visible Woman. I can't wait to see the rest of them. Mine is the Human Torch. And when it comes to the Fantastic Four, Flame On, Johnny Storm is my guy. And I'm going to throw my logo around that. And I'm going to tell you, try to play the Game Pass.